Ladies, or those with a uterus, oh my God, you push a baby out, you demand a stool softener. ASAP, right away, get that stool.
Welcome to Watch This First, my series where I share some of the sometimes embarrassing but always useful stories from my own storied past so that you can avoid serious disaster.
Well, hello there. My name is Julie and I am on a health journey, but I have been on a health journey for a very long time. Kind of like this, actually more like this kind of a health journey. And it hasn't always been just the trying to lose weight and get healthier that way. It has also been a series of unfortunate situations, events, and circumstances in this burning down circus, crunchy old body that I have. I do honor this body. I appreciate this body. I am grateful for the many ways that it does serve me and has served me. But let's be honest, my body will agree, we've been through some shit. We have. And if there was a way to get like replacement parts right away, I'd be doing that. I'd go into like the auto shop and here, this one and this one and this. Oh, take the whole damn thing apart and get a whole new set. But that's not where we're at. Not yet, anyway. We are looking eventually at replacing knees and hips and shoulders. But that's a long ways out. I have no desire to jump into any of that anytime soon. Other things, though, that have happened with this crazy old body. Hey, I say, and I've said this many times, if it's weird or bizarre, it will happen to this body. You wouldn't believe some of the things. But this is true. And I had the bill to prove it. But this is also about the importance of stool softeners right after you deliver a baby. So we're kind of hitting both of these. Ladies, or those with a uterus, oh my God, you push a baby out, you demand a stool softener. ASAP, right away, get that stool softener. You must do this. Otherwise, all kinds of things can happen. Not guaranteed to happen, but very much can happen. And did happen to myself and to one of my good friends who had a baby right around the same time as I had my first child. This is a pretty embarrassing story, but only because we don't talk about stuff like this. People don't talk about things like this. And that's part of why I have this channel, is to talk about the shit like that that people won't talk about. I am something of an open book in many ways, and especially in this kind of stuff. So prepare yourself, get ready. And I'm happy to talk about it, especially if it can help somebody else. What is an anal fissure? Well, it's similar to hemorrhoids, but it's when things split really far, you get really bad lesions, and they're up inside your butthole. And if you need to do your number 2, you need to make a bowel movement, you need to take a poo, it hurts like a son of a bitch. It hurts. I started feeling this from the very first time that I had a bowel movement after delivering my daughter. So in the midst of the joy and the happiness of becoming a mother and welcoming this gorgeous, amazing child into the world, I also started having some weird pain, but I had never delivered a baby before. I had had miscarriages, but had never delivered a baby. So I didn't know, is this weird? Is this just part of it? And I ended up waiting months to find out. Well, it got worse and it got worse, and all the other stuff healed, your hoo-ha, all that, it all goes somewhat back to normal, at least after the first child. It changes after you have a few. But after the first one, everything started kind of going back where it was supposed to. But it still hurt in the bathroom. Anytime I needed to sit on the toilet, there was going to be pain. And I had a baby that was trying to sleep in the next room. Yeah. My husband, he'd be coming and going from work, and I would try my best to not have a bowel movement when he was home because I would have to scream. There were so many times that I sat there on the toilet with a pillow to my face, screaming in pain. It was so bad. So I was also constipated, which just makes it worse. And that comes back to not having the stool softener. I was constipated for months and months. We tried all kinds of laxatives and suppositories and all of that. And stool softeners and fibers and how many doctors and whatever, but none of them had actually taken a physical exam until I finally, when my daughter was about 9 months old. Yeah, 9 months. 9 months. I finally went to a proctologist. That's an ass doctor. And that was awkward. That was really awkward. He had me put a gown on top, but like my pants and underwear were just like at my ankles. It was really weird. It was really weird. Anyway, he took a look in there. That's a fun experience, guys. I don't know. Some of you might be into that. No judgment. And he was right away. He's like, oh yeah, it's anal fissures. We're going to have to do surgery. What? So like a week later, we went in. I had surgery. They fixed it. It was quite a to-do. It was a fairly tough recovery. You know, I was already in pain in that department anyway, though, and had plenty of stool softeners. Plus, I'd gotten cleaned out really, really well before the surgery. Grateful for that. I did have to have my husband and my mother-in-law helping me to the toilet, though. Like that was hard. That was very, you know, the height of vulnerability. But eventually I healed, and I've had times of constipation since then. But once we finally got my gallbladder out a few years ago, I've never really had that problem again that couldn't be fixed fairly easily. Well, really easily. Oh, but it was hell. It was awful. And it all started with not having a stool softener right after I had my baby. And so the first time that I went to take a shit, it caused hemorrhoids, which then progressed. Then there was constipation. Then there were fissures. And that is horrific pain. Think about it. You have an open wound, and your feces, your poopy poop, is going right across that open wound. All those nerve endings, they're wide open, and that nasty stuff, that poison, is going right on through. It's horrific. Horrific. So, please, if you're going to deliver a baby, demand a stool softener. Yeah, baby, cuckoo, stool softener, please. Stool softener now. Coo. Okay? Okay. It was awful. It was horrible. One of the most excruciating, horrible physical kinds of pain I have been through in my life. I have since been through all kinds of others. I just recently had a kidney stone as I'm talking about my ass and things that had to get done inside of there. It does make for a good joke in a lot of situations, though. I do get creative. Hey, this is our uncensored, unfiltered channel. This is not the Frugal Family, and this is not our vlog channel. Mama can let it all out. And if you have a stool softener right after you have your baby, you will be able to let it all out without enduring horrific pain. All right, well, that's my hopefully it helps you story for today, and I will see you all very soon. If you have not subscribed, there's a lot more of this loosey-goosey, wacky stuff coming, and I'd like you to be along for it. So feel free to hit the subscribe and the bell notification, and we'll see you soon.